Good morning, everyone. Kitty Foss here, your storytelling astrologist, reader of the stars, for yesterday, April 1st, April Fool's Day, and April 2nd. So we had a full moon yesterday in Libra, and it was an interesting day in general because, first of all, the moon wasn't talking at all to Venus, that is newly in Taurus, and it was in opposition with Neptune. It was working with our transformational energy in Pluto and Aquarius, and had an opposition with Neptune, the Sun, and Saturn. And of course, the full moon is all about that opposition, how we find gratitude, how we look at forgiveness, and how we let go of things that are no longer serving us. And because of the adventure with Neptune and Saturn, it was also about what moves us forward, what midpoint has a lot to do with what we're willing to take responsibility for. And because it was Libra, it's in balance. What does that mean? What do I value? How do I look at my relationships? Can I find the balance and the responsibility for my relationships, especially the primary relationship, the relationship with myself? So on the 2nd, Libra, we still have a Libra moon, and it stays void of course, though, for most of the day because it moves at 4:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so that's about your own moon now, your own personal intuitive energy that steps forward to try to figure out what that balance looks like for you, how your actions show up today. That's what today has some work with discernment around how do I learn, how do I expand, how do I look at truths, and how do I nurture those, because we have a square with our Jupiter energy, that Jupiter energy that's about truth, it's about learning, it's about expansion, and it's in Cancer, so I'm nurturing my understanding of myself. So there's a little bit of a message of be gentle with myself as well as others. Then we have our Mars placement and our Mercury placement that are not in a conversation. So our experience, how we align our will, is not about that personal information. It really is about it working independently to move us forward in kind of that whirlwind, and that Pisces energy of what flow kind of looks like and experiencing it, and how do I figure out intuitively how that looks for me. So they're working separately from each other. So take a look at today what things show up as a mirror and flow for you to uncover, to have you look at your own personal secrets, as well as intuitively, the word I just heard is what hits you take today. That's what I thought, but that's not really what's stepping forward. And then tomorrow we'll move into that Scorpion energy with our moon, so we'll be able to transform a lot of that information that comes forward today. Pay attention, be aware, and kind of sit with it, because it isn't about me stepping into some big flow. It's really about me moving ahead in my own understanding of myself. I'm Kitty Foss, your storytelling astrologist. I'll be back tomorrow. Namaste.